Literally, if it's not perfect, I think it's not worth eating. Like, does anyone else get that way? And I've wasted my calories and there's no point in eating it. Okay. Oh my. The hairdo is just being strange today. Okay. It is time for a little recovery rant chat. It's not a rant. I'm just going to talk to you guys about something that I have been trying to deal with, I guess. And that's meal timing and time between meals and food being perfect, okay? That all actually gets worse or, exasperates. For me, I find that when I am struggling or when I'm at a lower weight or when I've had a bad day or something, those things come on full force. I'm at a better place mentally and even physically. Those issues aren't as big a deal. But after my relapse, like, the timing of meals had to be perfect, and I was so rigid and so not flexible to where dinner had to be at 6:30 and lunch had to be at 12:30. And like, if anything strayed out of that time, like, absolutely not. I would get, not that I would like refuse to eat, but I would just be so upset and so angry and just like, people were in the way mood. If the morning before I'd had breakfast at like 8 o'clock, well, I could not have breakfast before 8 o'clock today or the next day. Like, it had to be the same time or later. Like, I got to the point where I wasn't eating breakfast until like almost 10 o'clock. It was 7:30 and I was hungry, but I was like, oh no, it is way too early to eat because that's like not when you have breakfast. Like, what? No! I am preaching this to myself too. Like, if your body's hungry, meal timings don't matter. You eat and respond to your body. Now, if you're on a meal plan, it is important, I think, to make sure you do follow a structure because it's hard to get yourself to eat even though I'm starving or someone else is eating. That's the other thing. It's like getting yourself to eat when either no one else is or before other people. So for me, like at work, say I have a shift that's like 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. or something, and there's like 5 of us on the shift, I cannot take my lunch break until everybody else has taken their lunch break. I can't do it. It's not allowed. Like, I have to make sure that everybody else goes first, whether that be, even if that means that I don't get to eat until like 3 o'clock, I have to make sure everyone else goes first. And that is just part of the eating disorder, I really think. I mean, you can say, oh, I'm such a nice person. I mean, I try to be, but no, that's definitely the eating disorder talking, because I'm starving by 12:30, but I will literally refuse to eat until they have eaten. So that's something I'm really working on, is letting myself go first. I don't have to justify eating until everyone else has. Like, you can eat now. This is your recovery, your bubble. It's not about them, it's about you. That sounds so selfish, but it is about you at this point. So that, meal timings, the space between meals, thinking like, oh no, it has to be at least 2 hours or 2.5 hours before I eat again or for my next snack. Like, no, it doesn't. Your body is not a clock. Your body just knows what it wants and knows what it needs. So if it's only been an hour, or if it's, say, you don't get to eat your snack or your breakfast until a certain time, but that's cutting it close to lunch, and that will mess up your meal timings, and so then your body will freak out and you won't know what to do, and you'll just get no, you won't. You won't. And think about it too, like, in the long run, over the course of the entire day, whether it was at 12:30 or 12:45, really doesn't make that much of a difference. Let's just be real. It's not that big a deal. Like, there are so many other things to worry about than 15 minutes or 30 minutes or even an hour between your meals or at the time, because you'll get all your food, whether it be 30 minutes now or 30 minutes from now. It's okay. Food having to be perfect. Oh my gosh. Whenever I'm having a bad day, I'm stressed, or I've just been like not doing as well, I get so particular about my food. Like, literally, if it's not perfect, I think it's not worth eating. Like, does anyone else get that way? If it doesn't taste like 87 out of 10 on a food scale, freaking fantastic, or look perfectly aesthetic, if it's not just like out of this world, then I've wasted my calories and there's no point in eating it. I have literally made entire bowls, used all the ingredients, and then took a taste and was like, this is crappy. And I've dumped the entire, like, not recently, but like when I was struggling, and dumped the entire thing out. Like, that is horrible. That's a waste of food, and that's just very disordered. Food doesn't have to be perfect. Sure, it's wonderful when it is, and it's wonderful when it tastes perfect, but like, it doesn't have to be. In temperatures, something else I would do is like, I'd make my entire bowl of, like, say, oatmeal in the morning, and I would like get it all together perfectly and then sit down and get all snuggled up and then I'd take a bite and it would be warm, but I had to have it piping hot, like to where almost burning my tongue, but not quite. And if it wasn't like that piping hot, I'd have to get all up again and go back to the kitchen and rewarm it and come back. And like really there were times when I would do this like 5 or 6 times, having to get back up and redo it, and like, or something would happen. Also, having to pee, have to be completely peed and empty bladder before I can eat. Which, I mean, obviously you don't want to eat if you have to pee really bad, just go pee. But like, just all these things that had to be perfectly aligned before I allowed myself to eat, because it had to be the perfect experience. That's not necessary. Food is fuel, energy to go about the rest of your day, because it's not about food. If our lives were completely about food, then maybe it would be okay to freak out about it that much. But guys, what we're trying to get away from, we're trying to get our food to not be the center of our life. So when we continue to spend 30 minutes simply making the bowl look perfect and then warming it and then sitting down and being all snug, an amazing experience, because it was so rare that I let myself eat. So when I did eat, it had to be top notch. So that's something that if you're struggling with, I really encourage you to take a step back. For me, when those habits start like coming again, and when I start freaking out about that stuff again, or like think about it a lot more, or become consumed, to stop this. So anyway, that's just what's been on my mind, because that's what I've been really trying to challenge, just catching those little habits, those little rules of it has to be this way, it has to be that way. Like, no, it doesn't. It's food. It's delicious and it's wonderful and it is to be enjoyed, but it's not to consume our life to the point where we spend countless hours fixing it up. So that's what I wanted to share. Hey guys, I just thought I would update you real fast, because I don't know why I haven't told you this before now, but we are actually going out of town. We'll be on a family trip to Arizona. So today's Saturday, so Monday through next Sunday, we'll be out of town. And to be quite honest, I'm getting a lot of anxiety about it, because we're going to be in the car for 15 hours driving, and then just the break of routine, my foods, my whatever, like, I don't know, so anyway, I'm really nervous. Also, of course, there's the temptation to restrict leading up to it. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do it. Anyway, would love to get some fun vlogs while we're there, which hopefully I will, and I will share those with you guys. I love you guys so much. Like, subscribe, share the video. And I'm actually eating ginger right now. My ginger candy, which I've showed in vlog before. So yeah. I'll see you guys in the next one. I know is not enough.